do a Stern rally with you guys?
No, I don't. Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Could have sworn he did. And so now you guys.
Hey, get into your Sebastian Bach story. I'm
okay,
sorry.
Go ahead. No, what I was. So I was in the Metallica.
Oh, Tony, I got to keep him on track. Here,
oh, Jesus. So I'm in the Metallica snake pit. And I'm reporting there with a pen and paper and pad. And so Sebastian, who's huge, he's a big guy, comes behind me and he grabs me and he's like, put down that pad and paper, man, and take a hit of this. And he gives me this monstrous, like you said, Cheech and Chong sized doob. And I was like, oh, okay. So I puffed it. And then he's hitting it and I'm hitting it. And then he goes, come on, headbang with me. And he takes my head and he's like pushing it like down like his, and he's whipping his hair around and he's fucking going crazy. And it was fun. It was a lot of fun because we were right in the center of the stage. If you remember the Snake Pit from the Black Album tour, it was fantastic.
I don't know, Marconi. That sounds a little gay.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The last thing Sebastian is
Sebastian
gay.
Bach is many things, but that's not one of them.
That's not one of them. That's right.
Well, I'll tell you the story. I did some AIDS charity thing with him.
Okay.
And I guess he was on the Stern show, and he said that he could tie his penis in a knot.
Yep.
So, and we were hanging out, drinking, probably smoking weed,
Right.
And it was a charity crawl, like a bar crawl.
Right.
And we're in the bathroom. I go, hey, Sebastian, I heard you could tie your penis in a knot. He goes, yeah, like this. And he just ties his penis in a knot in front of me.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so I just outgave Quiblets the story.
Yeah, that's for sure. And listen, wait a second.
I think you win, and I think we're going to move on. That's what I think.
He actually did that in front of you?
Yeah, he tied it like at the urinal. He goes, yeah, why this?
Oh, that sounds so painful.
Like, he's leaning like a horse. I mean,
Jesus Christ. Unbelievable. So now, okay. So now when Roth came on.
like a jalapeno.
Remember when Van Halen went on the VMAs, the MTV VMAs, and they did their big, reunion that was botched? Roth came in after that. What was that whole experience like?
That's when David Lee Roth was incredibly embarrassing with, like on stage, right?
Right, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He came in a few days later to the Stern show after that appearance. And it was under the guise that he was getting back with Van Halen. Howard was razzing him for all his trash talking in the past. And he goes, oh, look how happy he is. He was getting all excited and stuff like that. Do you remember anything from that particular interview?
No, I don't remember anything.
No, you don't remember?
You don't remember anything?
Well, let me ask you this. You must remember this.
No, I don't remember anything about that. I mean,
okay.
because he was on the show so many times.
No, I know. Now, what about when Van Halen, the whole band came on with Gary Cherone? Do you remember this episode? The whole band came on, and they had all their equipment set up, and they refused to play. Do you remember this?
No, what year was that?
1998.
Holy crap. I guess, I must have taken too much LSD that day. No.
Oh, but you don't remember this? Well, let me ask you this. What was your opinion of David Lee Roth's solo work? Did you like it?
Well, here's the thing. Like Gary Cherone, to be quite honest, I've never heard one Van Halen Gary Cherone song. I don't know. I don't know. Like, is it any good?
It's okay. I mean, there's some good
okay.
stuff. It's not that Gary's great. It's just the material was a little off. It wasn't Gary that was the problem. Gary's an excellent frontman. He's a fantastic singer. He's actually a really nice guy.
The songs were not there.
The songs weren't there. They needed some more time and some more work, really. It's not
what
like...
was the name of the single?
Without You.
Without You.
Is it any good?
Yeah, it's really good.
That is good.
Yeah.
I'm in the minority, but that's one of my, I like that song a lot. That's one of my favorite Van Halen songs.
Yeah, it's a really good song.
The single is good, but...
All right, Mark Tony, you lost all your musical credibility.
Oh, look at that, Dave. You see?
I hear what you're saying, John, I got to admit, I love that song.
You got too big for your britches.
Any Van Halen fan, this guy just said one of his favorite Van Halen songs is Gary Cherone.
That's right.
It's true.
His whole credibility's out the window.
Whose balls are getting busted now, Dave?
That would be me.
I want it to be equal so nobody feels
That's
like
right. How does that shoe feel, Dave? How does that shoe
you, John.
feel?
We both appreciate
That's
that.
right. That's right. So where do you stand on Van Halen, John? Do you like the Sammy era, or you don't at all?
I've also seen Van Halen. Let's see, like maybe one or two times with Sammy Hagar.
Right. Right.
And then I saw them out here at the Hollywood Bowl.
Right.
Back with David Lee Roth. So, I'm a purist. Like, so it's like, even with AC/DC, like, as great as, Brian Johnson is, like, I don't know, there's something great about Bon Scott.
Of course there is, yeah.
Yeah, so when you get to Van Halen,
right,
there's just something great about David Lee Roth. Yeah, he might fucking, do the whole, like, I remember at the Dive Down tour, like, Nassau Coliseum, like, when David goes into these, like, long soliloquies on stage.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
Like people, like, in the nosebleeds where I was, like, shut the fuck up, Dave! Play some music!
Exactly.
Yeah, so I understand that, but, but it's just, that's the original, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's the guy.
Yeah.
It's like The Who, Keith Moon, that's the original. You know? I mean,
right.
So I'm more of David Lee Roth, but Sammy Hagar, you got to give him credit.
Yeah.
I mean, 5150 was a great album.
Right.
I mean, all great albums. And by the way, I'm shocked, and Dave.
Yeah.
I love the Tattoo album.
Me too.
Like,
oh yeah,
the last Van Halen album.
I love it.
I'm
You're preaching to the choir.
Yeah, so I'm surprised. Like, you would know this more than me, Dave. Oh,
yeah.
There's both of you.
Yeah.
Was Tattoo played on the radio out there?
It didn't get the response that it should have. Really, to be honest, John, my opinion is I love Tattoo, but a lot of people either like it or they don't. They really should have gone with She's the Woman as the lead single, I think. It was more of a classic Van Halen song.
All right, because I've heard the album.
And I think by that time, John, that was the time, and it's still this way now, when classic rock artists, nobody plays new stuff by classic rock artists. They play the classics by the classic rock artists.
I know, which I hate. I mean, everyone, as far as I'm concerned, all the radio stations, that's the biggest problem. They should go B-sides.
Yeah,
It's like nobody, I don't know if you guys ever heard, but, Deep Purple, the Machine Head album, has a song that I love, and I play all the time, called, I'm stuttering, Never Before. Do you guys know that song?
Never Before. Not that I can recall.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, and it's a great freaking song. So and it's so bizarre that they play Smoke on the Water and Highway Star, but they don't play and that's just a great. Even Our Lazy is a great Deep Purple song,
right?
But nobody plays that. It's just so everything is about numbers to them, so they think everybody wants to hear the same. I think that radio stations have to take some risk,
Yeah, that's very true.
It's true, John. I remember there wasn't a radio station in New York, and they weren't playing the same 20 songs that you hear on classic rock. And for people like you and me and Dave, it was great. It was like artists you knew or had heard of, and songs you hadn't heard in a while or knew about, but just never really listened to, and it was great. Except after 3 months, they stopped it because their ratings went down. Because people like their music like their food. They like comfort food, and they like comfort music.
Right,
You start playing new stuff.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
That's a great point, Marconi. And it's true, because even when I was at K-Rock with Howard, it was just the same fucking songs over and over. I mean, can we step out of the box a little bit? You know? Like even I don't know if you guys have this out on the East Coast, but they're like, there's Jack FM,
Yep, I know Jack FM. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Which is a total bullshit thing. We play, anything we want, which we all know is a total fucking.
It's all pre-programmed. Right. All pre-programmed.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's still the same freaking songs. Like, it's just sucks. But anyway, getting back to Van Halen.
Yeah.
A great song from Tattoo is Stay Frosty. I love that song.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's one of the better ones on the album, for sure.
It's like a modern-day Ice Cream Man, yeah. Absolutely.
There you go. I was just going to say that, Chris. There you go.
Yep, absolutely.
You're back on track.
There you go. So, listen, what was it like? Do you remember when Sammy came on as a mystery guest for Howard?
No.
You don't remember that, huh?
Well, it's like, again, in that time, it was Sammy Hagar. Like, to me, it didn't mean that much to me. I mean, like Sammy Hagar wouldn't. It's bizarre because in those days, I don't know if you guys remember, this is like being Democrat or Republican. It was either Lee Roth or Sammy Hagar.
Right, yeah.
Like Team Roth.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
So do you have any memories of Sam being on the show? Any recollections or like?
No, but
like
you know what? On the Tonight Show, he did give me a bottle of his tequila, the Cabo Wabo.
Okay. That's cool.
But I don't have any interaction with Sammy. I mean, it was more, Eddie and David. I did say hi to Michael Anthony. And Wolfgang, I mean, he follows me on Twitter at Stuttering John M. I'm going to do a little plug here. At Stuttering John M, go ahead and follow me on Twitter, and you can watch my podcast or broadcast on YouTube on the Stuttering John YouTube channel.
Absolutely. And you could also pick up his podcast on iTunes or Spotify. And it's
read about me, in my latest article in Newsday, but you might need a magnifying glass.
Oh, my God. You might need a magnifying glass to find that jalapeno between your legs.
Oh, John, you're relentless, John. John, you can't let it go, John. You can't let it go.
I'm trying to make the podcast entertaining.
Oh, my
I
Lord.
hear you.
All right.
I hear you.
That's right. So let me ask you this. In terms of Dave's solo material, did you like Dave's solo material or no?
Good question. Elephant Gun was a cool song.
Yeah.
Like this must be like Paradise, whatever it was.
Yeah.
I mean, that was okay, but
right.
It was, but then the remakes, girl, like it started to get a little, all right. Like David, I think David needed Van Halen more than Van Halen needed David. Although, that's a great debate, I guess. Like,
right.
Who needed who more,
Right.
Because,
well, they did do decent with Sam.
Yeah,
and without
of course.
Dave, right?
No, I know, but let me ask you a question. Like, I mean, because you must know what happened with Sammy and Eddie that like now Michael Anthony is with Sammy. Like what happened there? I don't even know.
Nobody knows. That is like, well, the general consensus is that Michael Anthony started playing with Sam and Eddie got pissed because Michael was still technically in the band, and then he just kicked Mike out when Dave finally came around. And he wanted to play with his son. He wanted to play with Wolfie. But if you ask...
So Wolfie was a guitar player first.
Yeah.
I saw Wolfgang play at the Nassau Coliseum or, in Jersey.
Yeah. In the Meadowlands.
And, like, he came out and did, like a guitar solo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he could play guitar, bass, drums. The guy does it all.
Yep, absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. Let me ask you, do you remember when Mike Ganji dressed up as a woman in order to meet Van Halen and play with them? Do you remember this?
Is it Mike or KC?
Mike.
No, I don't remember.
Oh, Jesus, John.
John, where were you? Did you actually work at the show, John? Where were you?
Do you really think I could give a crap what Mike Ganji does on the show?
No, listen, you guys, because you probably wrote this thing. Mike Ganji, in order to get him to meet the band, he loves Van Halen, they made him dress up like a woman, and then he had to come in and present himself to the band, and if he did that, they'd allow him to play with the band. Eddie played Panama, Mike was playing. You don't remember this?
Here's the thing, Criblix. I got to just tell you something. I worked at the Stern Show. I worked at the Stern Show for 15 years.
Right.
Okay, hold on a second. How many days is that for you? What is that?
It's a lot of days.
It's a lot of days.
Yeah. So, do you really think I remember every fucking thing that happened on that show?
How is it that I listened to the Stern Show for all those years and I remember every fucking thing?
No, you don't remember anything that's about Van Halen.
Well, because Van Halen is what I love, but all right, sorry. Let's get down. All right, let me ask you this. All right, let's clear the slate. Let's clear the slate.
Marconi, I love how he tries to pivot.
I'm pivoting.
Because you just eliminated about 20 of his questions because you don't remember anything.
Wait a second. Calm down. Let me ask you this. You got to have an opinion on